안녕하세요 여러분, 완입니다. 드디어 완의 해리포터 2권 리딩이 돌아왔습니다. 와 대박이죠. 제가 저번에 1부터 4쪽까지 읽었다고 나왔고요. 그래가지고 이번엔 5쪽에서 몇 쪽까지 읽어볼 겁니다. 소곤소곤거리는 걸로 갈까요? 시작. He had spent 10 years with the Dursleys, never understanding why he kept making old things happen without meaning to, believing the Dursley story that he had got his car, the car crash which had killed his parents. And then, exactly a year ago, Hogarth had written to Harry and the whole story had come out. Harry had taken up his place at Wizard's School, where he and his car famous, but now the school year was over and he was back with the Dursleys for the summer, back to being treated like a dog that he had rolled in something smelly. The Dursleys hadn't remembered that today happened to be Harry's 12th birthday. Of course, his hope hadn't been high. They'd never given him a proper present, let alone a cake, but ignored it completely. At that moment, Uncle Vernon cleaned his throat importantly and said, "Now, as we all know, today is a very important day." Harry looked up, hardly daring to believe it. "This could well be the day I make the biggest deal of my career," said Uncle Vernon. Harry went back to his toast. Of course, he thought Bertley, Uncle Vernon was talking about this stupid dinner party. He'd been talking of nothing else for a fortnight. Some rich builder and his wife were coming to dinner, and Uncle Vernon was hoping to get a huge order from him. Uncle Vernon's company made drills. "I think we should run through the schedule one more time," said Uncle Vernon. "We should all be in position at 8 o'clock. Petunia, will be in the lounge," said Aunt Petunia promptly, waiting to welcome them graciously to our home. Good. And Dudley? "I'll be waiting to open the door." Dudley put on a full, simpering smile. "May I take your coats, Mr. and Mrs. Manson?" "They love him," cried Aunt Petunia rapturously. "Excellent, Dudley," said Uncle Vernon. Then he rounded on Harry. "And you?" "I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending I'm not there," said Harry tonelessly. "Exactly," said Uncle Vernon nastily. "I will lead them into the lounge, introduce you, Petunia, and pour them drinks. At 8:15, I'll announce dinner," said Aunt Petunia, "and Dudley, you'll say, 'May I take you through the dining room, Mrs. Manson?'" said Dudley, offering his fat arm to Invisible Woman. "My perfect little gentleman," sniffed Aunt Petunia. "And you?" said Uncle Vernon viciously to Harry. "I'll be in my room, making no noise, pretending I'm not there," said he dully. "Preciously. Now we should aim to get in a few good compliments at dinner. Petunia, any ideas?" Vernon tells me you're a wonderful golfer. Mr. Mansion, do tell me where you bought your dress, Mrs. Mansion. Perfect. Dudley, how about we had to write an essay about our hero at school, Mr. Mansion, and I wrote about you. This was too much for both Aunt Petunia and Harry. Aunt Petunia burst into tears and hugged her son, while Harry ducked under the table so they wouldn't see him laughing. And you, boy? Harry tried to keep his face started as he emerged. I'll be in my room making no noise and pretending I'm not there, he said. Too right you will, said Uncle Vernon forcefully. The Mansons don't know anything about you, and it's going to stay that way. When dinner is over, you take Mrs. Manson back to the lounge for coffee, Petunia, and I'll bring the subject round to drills. With any luck, I'll have a deal signed and sealed before the news at 10. We'll be shopping for a holiday home in Majorca this time tomorrow. Harry couldn't feel too excited about this. He didn't think the Dursleys would like him any better in Majorca than they did in Private Drive. Right, I'm off into town to pick up the dinner jacket for Dudley and me. And you, he sneered at Harry, you stay out of your aunt's way while she's cleaning. Harry took back the door. It was a brilliant sunny day. He crossed the lawn, slumped down on the garden bench, and sang under his breath, Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. No cards, no present, and he would be spending the evening pretending not to exist. He gazed miserably into the hedge. He had never felt so lonely. More than anything else in Hogwarts, more than even playing Quidditch. Harry missed his best friend Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. They, however, didn't seem to be missing at him at all. Neither of them had written to him all summer, even though Ron said he was going to ask Harry to come and stay. Countless times Harry had been on the point of unlocking Hedwig's cage by magic and sending her to Ron and Hermione with a letter, but it wasn't worth the risk. Underage wizards weren't allowed to use magic outside school. Harry hadn't told the Dursleys this. He knew it was only their terror that he might turn them all into dung beetles and stopped them locking Bim in the cupboard under the stairs with his wand and broomstick. For the first couple of weeks back, Harry had enjoyed muttering nonsense words under his breath and watching Dudley tearing out of the room as fast as his fat legs would carry him. But the long silence for Ron and Hermione made Harry feel so cut from the magical world that even taunting Dudley had lost its appeal. And now Ron and Hermione had forgotten his birthday. What wouldn't he give now for a message from Hogwarts, from any witch or wizard? He'd almost be glad of a sight of his arch enemy, Draco Malfoy, just to be sure it hadn't all been a dream. Not that his whole year at Hogwarts had been fun. At the very end of last term, Harry had come to face with none other than Lord Voldemort by himself. 오늘 영상은 여기까지입니다. 다음에 또 들고 올게요. 안녕.